What's Gucci YouTube? It's Pat Brady, you dig? Marvelous Bluntz, super in the building. Morning exclusive. It's early off the E. You dig what I'm saying? Dune 2, man. Everybody was a little bit scared. The movie's been shaky, man. Movies have been shaky. The theater cinema been shaky, man. But when I tell you, Dune 2 is the movie. Dune 2 was amazing, Slim. Like, I just got hip to the Dune series. I just got hip to Dune, everything. I just watched Dune 1 on Sunday. You dig what I'm saying? Like, just watched Dune 1. Dune 2, saw it last night with Lil Lex. Man, this movie, this probably one of the, maybe not the best story-wise movies I've seen this year, but at least, like, the cinema of it, like the boom, the sounds of this joint. Oh my. Before we get into Dune 2, subscribe to Marvelous Bluntz, ASAP Rocky. We almost at 300 subscribers. Let's get to 300 subscribers. I'd appreciate it. I appreciate all the love, man. But let's get right into this Dune review. You dig? So Dune 2 is the direct continuation of Dune 1. You dig what I'm saying? In the first Dune, you know, basically, like, this movie reminds me of Star Wars, Game of Thrones, The Matrix, all mixed together. You dig what I'm saying? He is our main character. He's back again. You know, the first Dune, he was supposed to be like the next guy in charge. His family was working with the Emperor, him and his mother, his dad. And as y'all saw in the first one, the Emperor and everybody with the house betrayed, Paul and his family and his people for spice, man. They're killing over spice. Like, man, I'm watching Dune and I'm like, they fighting over cinnamon? They fighting over cinnamon, dog. The Spice War is reached a super peak. Paul family then got killed. You know, him and his mother at the end of the first one, they exiled to go be with the Freemen. You know what I'm saying? Which is Zendaya, her whole crew in the sand. And Paul is supposed to be the one. He's having visions. He's having these signs. And it's leading him to be a Freeman. You feel me? So this second one, Dune 2, is completely Paul trying to show that he's the one. He's trying to get revenge for his family, the people who conspired against him. It's really some real ish going on in this movie this time. Like, Paul really stepped it up in this movie. I think his name is Timothy Chalamet, whatever his name is, he did that. I think all the characters did a great acting job. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the environment was beautiful. The sound, dog. If you don't watch, you have to watch this movie in IMAX. It's like boom. Like, the sounds in here definitely had you like on the edge of your seat. You feel me? Like, oh my God. They was riding sandworms in this one. Like, this is definitely the pickup from the first one. I think the first one was, yes, a slow burn, you hear me? But I ain't even care about it being a slow burn. This one, action. Florence Pugh in here, her role in here is dope. I was like, whoa. I was like, she came out of nowhere. Christopher Walken, he's the Emperor. Dave Bautista did his job. Like, man, this is like the Game of Thrones level of acting level. Josh Brolin comes back in this joint, and the Freemen really get they shine in this joint, and they some bad MFers. I'm trying to tell you, the Freemen was getting down. Like, some of the scenes, how they hid in the sand and would attack on when it was on what is it called? Arrakis. They was getting down on Arrakis. You can't come to Arrakis and think you want to smoke with a Freeman. You feel what I'm saying? Or you will get smoked. Like, they was getting busy. My favorite characters of this whole film was Florence Pugh. It's something about how she looked elegant. I was just like, oh, I want her to be my queen too. Paul, and I think Paul and his mother, the acting in this joint, Paul, it got to a point where he was like, went from like questioning was he the one to where he was really putting his foot down like, who y'all talking to? Shut up. You feel me? This movie definitely gave me the reverse of Star Wars. This was like if Darth Vader, if we went step by step into like, this is like Darth Vader's story, but a different way, if it makes sense. It's like a Darth Vader story if he was more so already on the Empire. You know what I'm saying? He already was like, like deep into the Empire. Like, I'm telling you, this remind me smack of Star Wars, especially with him being the one. All I was thinking in my head was, and this is not a spoiler, this may be something that happens in the end, the books, I haven't read the books. I think his sister is the one. I think he's the one, like Anakin, like the one that's going into the end of everything, like at the end of the Freeman. You feel me? Like that happened with Anakin. They thought Anakin was the Jedi Master that was going to save everything. He ended up ruining everything, but he ended up, the prophecy was really for his kids. You feel what I'm saying? The Star Wars, how Star Wars is, George Lucas to me, he just did a better version of Dune to me. Dune has a lot of weird looking stuff on it. Like the characters look weird, the clothing, the environment. It's like some weird futuristic stuff, but it is year 10,000. I'm going everywhere, but I'm just trying to shoot it what I like. I love Paul's mom. I think she getting deeper into this evil role, even though it looks like she's a good girl. It's something about her. It's a lot of demons going around, man. And then how they were just persuading the Freeman to believe Paul was the one was crazy. It was basically the same thing, propaganda. And a lot of the issues that they're even talking about in Dune, I give them this. They're hitting a lot of world issues with politics, corruption in the government, corruption on certain areas in the world, and how like everything is about money and power. You know what I'm saying? In the world, that's what everybody chases, and that's actually the conflict between Paul and Shani, which is on Zendaya's character Johnny. Is that she's like, I don't want you to be a false prophet to these people, and Paul's like, I'm him. You feel me? Like the whole movie, he's him. They had some great scenes in here, man, with Paul. They had great ops. The ops was stepping it up. What's his name? I think his name Austin Butler. He played like the bad bald head guy, the new villain. I wanted more of that. I needed more of that. I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but I needed more of that. I need more of him, Paul, and Florence Pugh as the princess. I need more of that. You feel what I'm saying? And the mom. You know what I'm saying? And the mom. Give me more of that, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, it really gets deep in this one. My only gripes with this movie is I think it was a lot they were trying to cover. It was too many different little stories going on. And then the movie's like 2 hours long. So it felt like a 2-hour movie, unfortunately. Not saying you don't want a movie to feel like a 2-hour movie, but you get restless. You know what I'm saying? You get restless just sitting there after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the third act, I was like, all right, where's the third act? You know what I'm saying? Where are we at with the third act? How are we getting to the third act here? You know what I'm saying? So that was my only pet peeve. I feel like it was this much. But one of my favorite scenes, if y'all see this, let me know in the comments. The favorite scene is when Paul is learning how to be the one. One of those parts of that scene gave me the chills, like movie chills, and I said, nah, movies is back. Dune 2 was definitely a bang. Definitely would give Dune 2 a 9 out of 10. I think, like I said, the fullness of the story just made it too much for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was too much. Like, it was too long of a movie, made me restless. But it was a 9 out of 10. Super, super lighters up with a special yellow lighter. Go see Dune 2 this weekend, man. If you haven't, go see it with your people. See it by yourself. Do what you got to do to see Dune 2, man. It's a great movie. I definitely think cinema is back. From the sounds, the look, everything. Galactic movies, all that's back. And as a Star Wars fan, I like to see some good galactic stuff. You feel me? What did y'all think of Dune 2? Let me know in the comments below what you thought. If you saw it early, if you're going to see it this weekend, if you saw it on Sunday, early this Sunday, let me know what y'all think of Dune 2. And are y'all ready for part 3? Leave it in the comments below, man. It's Pat Brady, man. Marvelous Bluntz. Subscribe, like, share, man. Peace and love.